Hey guys, what's up? Plastic Guy here, coming back with another figure review where today we're taking a look at the Amazing Yamaguchi Revoltech Deadpool figure. So a week ago on the channel we took a look at the Amazing Yamaguchi Revoltech Spider-Man figure. If you haven't seen that one guys, head on over to the channel and check it out. I explained in that video how I managed to pick up both Deadpool and Spider-Man for £23 and I still can't believe it. I'm still absolutely buzzing. I love both of these figures. I've been playing with them all week and it's time to take a closer look at Deadpool. Before we do guys, let me know down in the comment section below what Deadpool movie you prefer. I personally love the second one so much. I think it's better than the first, but I've spoke to a lot of folk who disagree and prefer the first one. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. While you're down there, if you could do me a massive favour, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. And let's not wait any longer, let's take a closer look at this Amazing Yamaguchi Revoltech Deadpool. And here is our Amazing Yamaguchi Deadpool as he's arrived from eBay, and I believe this guy has most of his accessories. I do think he's missing a couple of things. If you notice anything in the video that I'm missing, let me know down in the comment section below. But let's take a look at what we do have. He comes with his alternative head sculpt, which I don't believe is too different to what's actually on at the moment. There does look to be a difference in the mouth area. See, there's less kind of sculpted detail, but it's just ever so slight. Of course, he does have the different eyes slotted in at the moment. They're all interchangeable. Yeah, it looks the exact same elsewhere, so there is just very slight differences. I do think I prefer this one because of that extra detail in the mouth area, but yeah, they're very similar. And of course, I've just dropped that head sculpt. Let's find it. He then comes with two swords, and so long story short, this one here had snapped and I just super glued it back on, and I didn't do the best of jobs. You can see it is a bit messy, but at least the sword, you know, you're not really going to notice it from far away, and it's together now, so yeah, I'm happy about that. Let's take a look at the one that wasn't broken. I really like these, great length to them. I love the steel colour they've used. I mean, it is fantastic. The hilt looks really good as well. Nice detail there, just great silver all over. I'm really happy with these katanas. Then we get the holster that does just slot into his back, and we can check that out later on. I believe there was two hilts that both just kind of slotted into this, like so, and yeah, one of them seems to be missing. I do really like the holster here. I'm not a massive fan of the Deadpool logo being on it, but that's just a really stupid personal opinion. I just wish it was more a kind of traditional looking holster. It's not a big deal. I mean, it's a good looking logo. I'm just not a fan of it being on the holster. I'm just being stupid, but yeah, it's a great looking holster overall. Then we get all the interchangeable hands, and let's see, we get two fisted hands and good one. We get, yeah, two fisted hands. Let's try and get them on camera. We get two thumbs up hands, which one thumbs up hand would have been enough. You only need the one thumbs up, but we've got two. And then I've got the one gun holding hand, which is really a shame because I believe these are the same hands you want to put the swords through. And I've only got one of them, so he can only hold either one gun or one sword at a time, which sucks. And I might even think about trying to find either a spare or just buy a fake to get the alternative hands. Is that stupid? I don't know. Because when it comes to posing this guy around for photos, I really want him holding a gun, two guns, a gun and a sword, two swords, and I can't do that at the moment. But at least I have the one. And then we get the two kind of open hands that are on the body here. We do get these really nice guns. I think these look great. I think the handle looks a bit skinny, but of course that's so we can hold it in the sculpted hands that we have. Yeah, do you agree? The handle does look a bit thin compared to the rest of the gun, but the sculpted detail is fantastic, and I do like the gunmetal colour that they've went for as well. Big fan of the look of these guns. And I just kind of noticed that that is a sort of Deadpool logo on the handle there. That's pretty cool. Of course, I've got the other one in this hand, and it is just the exact same. And then same as Spider-Man, we get all these interchangeable eyes. We get the 2 on that head, the 2 on that head, and then 2, 4, 6. So that's 10 pairs of interchangeable eyes altogether, which is crazy. Well, not 10 pairs, just 10 eyes overall. 5 pairs of interchangeable eyes, which is awesome. I love how we get that selection, and they all do look great. I've messed around with them for pictures off my Instagram. I'm not going to swap them over on camera, same as the Spider-Man video, just a bit fidgety. Not too hard to do, but I can't be bothered doing it on camera. Taking a closer look at the figure, we get this head sculpt, which I think looks fantastic. I love the look of this head sculpt. I really think it captures the look of Deadpool. We get the wee dip at the back. I say wee dip, it's a really nice, fairly sized, pointed dip on this Deadpool. And then, of course, we get all the different eye expressions, but they slot in really nicely. They all look great. And I do like just the sculpted detail in the mouth here. Same as Spidey, if we take this off, we get this separate bit to the head sculpt that we can remove like so. And then we can see the back of the eyes, and that's how we can poke them out and change them around. Putting this back on though. Let's see. Yeah, pretty easy to do. The neck's going to move around as the same as the Spidey, and we just get all this really nice sculpted detail all over this figure. Great paint. I love the black areas with the silver on them, and we get that all throughout the body. We can see in the neck, the chest, the ab area, all this really nice sculpted costume. Then we can see the arms. We get these straps on the arms, which look really nice. All the hands have these back black bits, which really look good. Then we'll get to the holsters in a second. This arm's just the same. I do like the straps going around these wrists. And then we get these pouches actually around here, and we get all these holstered weapons. I do wish more of these holsters had removable weapons, but it's not a big deal at the end of the day because we get couple of swords and a couple katanas. I just wish that, yeah, maybe one of the holsters you could take the weapon out of. Here it is, the holster stuck on the back, and that was easy enough. It's just a peg that slots in, and it does look really good on the figure. Yeah, I do really like that. The pouches look good. I like the brown they've used, and when we get to this holster here, we can see that this actually moves around. So when you're posing your figure around, getting his legs kicking up really high, it's not like Marvel Legends where the pouches and things are going to restrict your movement. You can actually move these about and really get this guy into some great poses, which I think is great. I've not experienced anything like that with a figure before, so it is something new to me and something that I've really enjoyed. The belt looks fantastic. I do really like the logo on here. All the pouches look good. And so we got a flight stand in this bundle. So I got one for both Spidey and Deadpool. I don't know if it's the same stand. It does traditionally come with both of these figures, but it works for both of them, and you can just peg the stand in here. Trying to do it on camera is not as easy, but boom, and he stands really nicely. I've been using this in all my photos. It's been great. And at first I thought this pegged into where the holster was pegged into. Obviously I was just being stupid, and when I saw that I was like, that makes a lot more sense, and you're able to get him into a lot more poses when it's slotted in there. When I was talking about the holstered weapons, I was mostly thinking about this knife. I really wish that wee knife came out. We don't get any wee knives, or maybe we did and it wasn't included in this eBay listing, but I really wish that knife came out. And I had a wee knife for Deadpool here, holstered gun, more pouches, and something that's really cool that I wanted to show off that I didn't actually notice when I've been playing around this the last week. This pad moves and it covers the joint. I've been getting this guy into all sorts of positions, and I took the photos, and when I was looking at the photos I noticed that he was looking like that, and then in some others it was like that, and I was like, oh, that moves around and it covers the awkward looking joint. I think that's amazing, because my main critique of the Spider-Man Amazing Yamaguchi was that it was just a bit clunky and unique looking, for lack of a better word. And this figure looks a lot better in my opinion, and it's probably because a lot of the joints are covered with things like that. Oh, you might have noticed this one doesn't really make the clicking noise as much, which I was like, it might be a fake, but then, yeah, we get the clicking here, the clicking here, and if we have a look at these joints, we can see the X on them, so we do know that this must be a legit Revoltech DEADPOOL. You can see the X there. So yeah, I think just over time, the clicking has disappeared from this joint here. But back to what I was saying, yeah, I definitely don't think this figure looks as out of place as perhaps the Spider-Man did. And with that being said, let's actually just compare the two. And here are both of the Amazing Yamaguchi figures that I picked up on eBay. We took a closer look at Spider-Man earlier this week, and I've had so much fun playing around with both of these figures, but I do think this Deadpool just looks that bit better. I think Spider-Man looks a wee bit wacky, looks a wee bit out there, and this Deadpool definitely looks more standard, but you're still able to get him in all these fantastic poses. Here is our Amazing Yamaguchi Deadpool figure next to our Amazon exclusive Deadpool movie figure, and I do love both of these figures. Both came with a lot of accessories, but I think I'm going to have to give it to the Amazing Yamaguchi, and it is no surprise. I mean, this figure here is way more expensive. We're talking about £60–70 more expensive than this Deadpool here. This guy's only £22. But of course, I managed to pick this guy up for £23, and that included this Spider-Man here. So I still feel like I've won the lottery. I said that in the last video. I'm so lucky to have managed to pick this guy up for such a crazy price. And I need to remember, it makes it hard to compare because these two figures are a completely different price point. But I mean, yeah, the Amazing Yamaguchi figure I think is a lot better. And here is our Amazing Yamaguchi Deadpool next to our Marvel Legends Sasquatch Build-A-Figure Wave Deadpool that we took a look at on the channel not too long ago. I don't even know now, it wasn't that long ago, I don't think. But yeah, I mean, I'm just going to say the exact same thing I said about the movie Deadpool. Both of these figures are fantastic. They are both completely different price points, and if you are looking for a standard Deadpool that you don't want to break the bank over, go for the Sasquatch Build-A-Figure Wave Deadpool. It is fantastic. But if personally I'm going to pick between these two, yeah, it's going to go to the Amazing Yamaguchi. Just so much fun posing this guy around. The sculpt is fantastic. All the accessories you get with him. Yeah, he blows this guy out of the water, but once again, he is way more expensive. So I'll try and run over all the articulation on Deadpool here. You can get his head looking about that far up, that far down. You can move the neck down as well, so yeah, you can get him looking around all over the place. The thing is about moving his neck too far up that I've experienced a lot at this point is this gappage here, which doesn't look good at all, so keep that in mind when you're moving the neck around. Move it left and right, and you get this double joint in the arm, which I'm still just not really used to the rest of these Revoltech joints. But yeah, you can see that there. Same thing I said about the Spider-Man as well. All these joints can be removed. Like, you can just pull his arm out like that. And sometimes when you're posing these guys around, it gets a bit... you'll notice the joints kind of close to popping out a wee bit, or it's not as tight to the body that you would want. So I have went round and just pushed them all in earlier this week. But you can get it moving about that far up, that far in at the body. You can move it up and down with this crazy Revoltech double joint. And he has this single jointed elbow, but it acts basically like a double joint with these awesome Revoltech joints. And then you can get the wrist moving like up and down a wee bit, and you can rotate them round as well. I've actually had no problems with any of these joints. You do feel it sometimes that they might be a bit, I don't want to say flimsy, I don't want to take away from this figure at all, but because you can see them and they're so thin, I'm like, oh, that might break or something. But yeah, I mean, they feel really sturdy. I've managed to get this guy in loads of different poses. I've taken all the joints apart, I've put them together, and they're fine. Same articulation in this arm here. This arm is pretty loose, but that is the only loose joint I've experienced with both the Deadpool and Spider-Man figures. And I'm just assuming that the owner before me just played around with these guys a lot and they've loosened over time. Just same articulation. In the chest area, we can get him moving really far back, really far forward. That is fantastic. and you can move that left and right. Same as the Spider-Man, this bit here can like move around a wee bit, not as much as the Spider-Man. If anything, actually, now that I try, I can feel it moving a wee bit. You can move these pouches around, as I showed off earlier in the video, move them about to help when you move your legs. You can get it about that far forward, about that far back, that far out the way. He does have a thigh cut where the pouches are, and you can see that there. You get this Revoltech knee. You can move the feet backwards, forwards. He does have toe articulation there, and he does have a pivot, and I think that's everything. I've probably missed something, but let's go for that. And so there we have it for this Amazing Yamaguchi Deadpool figure, and I'm pretty much going to sum this video up the exact same way I summed up the Spider-Man video. This figure is fantastic, and I've had so much fun posing him around. I do think this guy does look a bit better than the Spider-Man for reasons I've already explained numerous times. He is just a bit unique looking, and this one does look more standard but has the fantastic posability that the Spider-Man has. Personally, I think £90 is an astronomical amount of money for a figure, and I've seen this guy sell for more than that new in box. I mean, you're talking about £120. Yeah, I'm never personally going to want to pay that for a figure. That's why my main collection is Marvel Legends. I'm more than happy paying £20 for a figure and getting something to this standard, because this is a great standard, and this is the standard that I want the likes of this to beat, and of course it does. When you're paying that amount of money, it has to. I don't know if I would never personally pay that high amount for another figure. However, anything from 0 to 50, yeah, I would go for it. If I saw another Amazing Yamaguchi figure for £50, I would definitely think about picking it up, because of how much fun I have had with these figures already. I mean, it's insane. It is just a great time posing these guys around, and it would definitely be worth 0 to 50 for me. I'm not saying it's not worth the £100 price mark, especially when you do compare it to other figures in the market. It's just that I don't want to spend that much money on a figure. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below. While you're down there, if you could do me a massive favour, guys, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'm going to leave the link to my Instagram in the description below. I've taken a lot of photos of this Deadpool, so I'm going to post them up there. Feel free to check that out. Feel free to hop on over to the channel page and check out any of my other videos. I have taken a look at a few Deadpools in the past, so it would mean a lot to me if you want to check them out. It means a lot to me that you've watched this video right here. Thank you so much, and as always, I'll catch yous on the flip-flop later. Cheers.